各位老师、各位同学，中午好。
Hello everyone, good afternoon.
很高兴再一次坐在这儿给大家聊聊昆曲。
It's my great honor to be here with all of you guys today to share my thoughts on Kunqu.
林老师给我出的题目是中国的文学和他的口头演唱。
Professor Lin has given me a topic. He asked me to speak about Chinese literature and oral performance.
但是我觉得这个题目非常的大，于是就希望林老师找一个具体的剧本来让我谈。
But I personally feel that this topic is very broad, so I asked Professor Lin to give me a more specific topic to talk about.
那林老师就挑选了长生殿。
Then Professor Lin asked me to talk about the Palace of Everlasting Life.
那林老师非常有眼光，因为长生殿正好是最值得在这个问题上来谈一谈的这样的一个剧本。
I think Professor Lin has very keen insights because the Palace of Everlasting Life is right on target for what I want to talk about today.
一个文学剧本能够走上昆曲舞台，并且保留到现在，这也需要很多的条件。
It is not easy for a Chinese literature script to be performed on stage and to be sustained until now. There are many conditions for this Chinese literature to satisfy.
这个表格反映了在昆曲舞台上保留遗产最多的3个剧本。
The chart we see here on the screen shows the 3 longest preserved Chinese literature so far.
它们分别是创作于元代末年的《琵琶记》。
The first one, 琵琶记, is created at the end of Yuan Dynasty.
这个剧本保留到现在有650年左右的历史。
It has been almost 650 years since its debut.
在它的原来的案头文本上面是42处。
In its original literature script, it has 42 plots.
保留在乾隆末年的纳书营曲谱里面是24处。
At the end of Qianlong's time, there's another famous collection of Chinese opera, and 24 out of 42 plots have been preserved in that collection.
就是说，从他创作的那个时代开始，到乾隆的末年，来综合他能唱的曲的时候，已经淘汰了将近一半。
That is to say, from its original created script to the final script that's included to be oral performed, a lot of them has been chopped out.
那么和这个差不多同时的最白球是记录在舞台上保存的昆曲剧本的。
And in the fourth column, what we see is another collection of Kunqu shows, and 26 out of the 42 plots have been recorded in that collection.
那么它也差不多是一半。
As you can see, only about half of the original plots are preserved.
但是这就是保存在昆曲舞台上遗产最多的一个剧本。
But still, this 琵琶记 is the mostly preserved Kunqu opera until now.
可以跟它加以比较的是第2个剧本，明朝的《牡丹亭》。
In comparison, another show called Peony Pavilion in Chinese also known as 牡丹亭. This is also another longest preserved show until now, which you can see that in the 3rd row.
他创作完成的年份是1598年。
牡丹亭 was created in 1598, which is around the end of Ming Dynasty.
那有400年了。
It has almost been 400 years until now.
由于它的音乐特别优美，所以在纳书营的曲谱里几乎保存了它的全部。
Because the music in Mudanti is so graceful, as you can see in Na Shu Ying, which is in the third column, almost all of the 55 plots have been preserved.
所以《牡丹亭》的曲差不多每一支都是可以唱的。
In other words, almost all of the Mudanting's plots can be seen and performed.
这是很了不起的，但是跟这个比较，在《醉白球》就是舞台的演出本的上面，它实际上只保留了11处。
This is very remarkable. However, if we look at the fourth column, which is how many of the plots have been actually performed on stage, actually only 12 plots have been preserved.
这写的12出后面减一是其中有一出戏到舞台上变成2出了。
So the minus one you see in the bracket means that there is one plot who was splitted into 2 plots when it was performed on the stage.
那么可以跟它比较的清代的剧本，那就只有《长生殿》。
Another opera that can be compared with what we've seen now is the Palace of Everlasting Life, which is also called 长生殿 in Chinese, and this is created during Qing Dynasty.
它的案头文本有50处。
Originally, it has 50 plots in the written script.
但是现在可以歌唱的只有31处。
But the plots that can be seen and performed are only 31 plots.
而可以演出的只有8处。
And there are only 8 of those plots can be actually performed on stage.
这个8处中间还有1出是把原来的文本变成了2出，所以实际上可以作为人类遗产的来看待的长生殿只有7处。
Similarly, the minus one in the bracket means there is one show who is split into 2 shows when it's performed on stage. So in other words, there are only 7 plots that are performed.
在这个里面，我们可以看到淘汰的厉害。
What you can see from these figures is that a lot of the original plots in the scripts cannot be performed or cannot survive to the stage.
中国有一个文学家说过，这个就像是煤炭的形成，一棵很大的古树，到最后只能变成一小块煤炭。
One very famous Chinese person has said that this is very similar to the formation of coal. From a very, very old tree and turn it into a coal, probably you can only turn a huge giant old tree to only a very small piece of coal.
而我们就可以看到这遗产是多么的珍贵。
Therefore, we can see how precious this cultural heritage is to us.
那么长生殿的作者是洪升。
The author of 长生殿 is Hong Sheng.
他是清朝初年的一个杭州的作者。
Hong Sheng comes from Hangzhou, and he is also from the beginning of Qing Dynasty.
他的诞生的年代非常好记，是1645年，就是清朝的满洲的军队打到江南的那一年。
Hong Sheng was born in 1645. It's very easy to remember because this year coincides with the troop of Qing Dynasty.
打到了江南。
It coincides with the year of Qing Dynasty to invade or attack the southern part of China.
这一年就象征着明朝的灭亡。
And this year also symbolized the overturn of Ming Dynasty.
所以这种亡国的情感就一直反映在洪升的诗歌、文学、小说、剧本中间。
Therefore, such emotion of losing the old dynasty is encompassed in lots of Hong Sheng's creatures.
但长生殿讲的不是清朝、明朝的故事，而是唐代的故事。
But the story that Chang Shengdian is trying to tell is not a story about Qing dynasty or Ming dynasty, rather it's a story about Tang dynasty.
它是从一场选美女的那个大的场景开始的。
The story begins with a beauty contest.
唐明皇已经登基好多年了，天下很太平，于是他要招选美女。
There is an emperor called Tang Minghuang in Tang Dynasty, and everything under his government is very good. The economy is very good. Therefore, he wants to recruit more beautiful women into his palace.
于是，一个姓杨的小姑娘就被选到了皇帝的身边。
Therefore, a young girl whose last name is Yang is recruited.
这就是中国4大美女之一的杨贵妃。
There are 4 very famous beautiful women in Chinese history, and Miss Yang is one of them.
这个故事的背景很肮脏，因为杨贵妃的第一个老公是唐明皇的儿子。
The background of the story is not that worth mentioning, because the first husband of Miss Yang is actually Tang Minghuang's son.
唐明皇看上了自己的儿媳妇，然后又不能明目张胆地娶过来，就把她先变成一个女道士。
Tang Minghuang falls in love with his daughter-in-law, but he cannot directly marry to Miss Yang. So he turned Miss Yang into a female nun.
但是他出家只有很短的时间，接着又回到了皇宫里面。
But it has been a very short time for Miss Yang to be a nun. She returned to the palace shortly after she was made into a nun.
再进来的时候，他就从儿媳妇变成了太太。
The second time that she entered the palace, she became the wife of the emperor instead of the daughter-in-law.
那么，洪生很爱惜杨贵妃和唐明皇的这段情感，所以这些故事被他都隐藏掉了。
Hong Sheng personally admires the love between Miss Yang and Tang Minghuang. Therefore, this background is erased from his literature.
所以，从一场盛大的、光明正大的婚礼开始了我们的长生殿的故事。
So actually, the beginning of the story in Chang Shengdian is a grand wedding between Miss Yang and Tang Minghuang.
那么，这个故事隐隐约约的还有一条副线，
There's another leading thread in this story,
这就是它的政治的背景。
which is the political background.
杨贵妃变成贵妃以后，她的哥哥当了宰相。
Miss Yang quickly became the highest-ranking imperial concubine, and his brother becomes Zai Xiang, which is the prime minister of Tang Minghuang.
就是这个白脸和黑胡子的人。
And his brother is the one you see on the screen with white face and long beard.
杨贵妃长得很漂亮，但她的哥哥不但不漂亮，而且很坏。
Miss Yang is very beautiful. However, her brother is not only not beautiful, but also has a very dark heart.
那有一个胡人的那个将军叫安禄山，胡人就是少数民族。
There is a person, minority person, who is also a leader of a troop whose name is An Lu Shan, which you can see is on the right of this guy.
他打了败仗，应该是受到死罪。
And he was defeated. According to the rule, he should be sentenced to death.
于是就拿了大量的金钱来贿赂掌有实权的杨国忠。
Therefore, An Lu Shan, the man on the right, brought a lot of money to bribe Miss Yang's brother.
那么安禄山是一个大胖子，有一个非常大的肚子，看上去很可笑。
An Lushan is very chubby with a round belly, so he looks actually very funny.
他觉得可以，就是杨国忠认为这个人可以放在皇帝边上来让皇帝开心。
Yang Guozhong, which is Miss Yang's brother, thinks that such a funny-looking person can entertain Tang Minhuang. So he wants to put An Lushan in the vicinity of Tang Minhuang.
于是就把他当一个小丑那样的介绍给了皇上。
So An Lushan Yang Guozhong introduced An Lushan as a clone to the emperor.
皇帝很高兴地接受了他。
And the emperor actually accepted An Lushan very happily.
并且很奇怪的，杨贵妃也很喜欢那个大胖子。
Interestingly, Miss Yang also likes this funny-looking chubby guy a lot.
那么杨贵妃做了一个梦，
Miss Yang had a dream.
她做了一个梦，到了月亮的里面，
She dreamt that she landed on the moon.
月亮里面正在演奏音乐，然后她就把那个音乐记住了。
There was music on the moon, and then she somehow remembered the music.
这个音乐就是著名的《霓裳羽衣舞》，《霓裳羽衣曲》。
And then she turned this piece of music into a very famous classical Chinese song.
她梦醒来的时候，居然还记得那个音乐，于是就跟唐明皇一起把整个的音乐都记下来了，并且开始排练舞蹈。
Surprisingly, when she wakes up from her dream, she can still clearly remember the music that she heard in her dream. Afterwards, she and the emperor Tang Minhuang together write down the music and starting the choreography of the music.
唐明皇看到杨贵妃那么聪明，就非常喜欢她。
Tang Minhuang is also very impressed by how smart Miss Yang is.
因为杨贵妃喜欢吃荔枝，一种水果。
Miss Yang is a famous fan of a fruit called lychee.
这个荔枝只生长在广东。
However, you can only find lychee in Guangdong province, which is in the southern China.
那么从广东到当时的首都长安有几千里路那么远。
From Guangdong, where lychee is, to Chang'an, the capital at that time, there are thousands of miles in between them.
于是就动用当时最快的交通工具，就是千里马。
Therefore, the emperor sends the fastest transportation tool at that time, which is called 千里马, a horse that can go thousands of miles easily.
这马从这一站跑到那一站，然后那个换马不换人，那个人一直就提着荔枝，日夜的就是狂奔。
There were many stops in between Guangzhou and Chang'an. So the people who are in charge of transporting these lychee, so he goes from one stop to another stop and change horses, but this person remains the same. So he carries a bunch of lychee and goes from Guangzhou to Chang'an non-stop.
这样的话，3天能够送到，那么荔枝的色香味还是保存很好的。
In such way, lychee can be transported from Guangzhou to Chang'an within 3 days. Therefore, the flavor and the taste of lychee is greatly preserved.
这是一个送荔枝的差人。
The man in red we see on the screen is the one who is in charge of transporting the lychee.
马踏坏了农田，并且把正在路边上算命的一对瞎子夫妇给踩死了。
In the left corner, what you see is there's a couple of fortune tellers, and because of this very aggressive transportation methods, the horses damage lots of fields and also hurt people who are standing by.
于是老百姓就对唐明皇和杨贵妃很生气。
Therefore, citizens are very angry at the emperor and Miss Yang.
这时候，杨贵妃的舞蹈排好了，好漂亮。
At the same time, Miss Yang has finished her choreography, and what you can see is this is a gorgeous dancing.
那么，2个大坏蛋，杨国忠和 安禄山的矛盾开始激化。
During the same time, the two bad guys we've seen before, which is Yang Guozhong and An Lushan, the conflicts between them are growing bigger and bigger.
杨公宗说：“你是一条狗，是我救了你的命。”
Yang Guozhong said to An Lushan, "You are just a dog because I saved your life."
安禄山说：“杨国宗，你只是靠你的妹妹才有了今天，你自己什么屁的本事都没有。”
And An Lushan said back to Yang Guozhong, "You are actually always relying on your sister. You are a man of no ability."
两个人吵得不可开交，最后皇帝就把安禄山派到边疆去做大将军。
The conflicts between these two people escalate. In the end, the emperor has to send An Lushan to a remote place to be the leader, the general, in a very remote place.
杨国宗好像胜了一场，但是灾难就这样产生了。
It looks like Yang Guozhong should claim a victory over An Lushan. However, the disasters are also approaching.
唐明皇和杨贵妃继续在打情骂俏。
The emperor Tang Minghuang and Miss Yang continues their love story.
唐明皇有一天跟一个他已经废掉的以前的妃子住到了一起，杨贵妃就一早就去查一个分明。
One day, the emperor Tang Minghuang slept with his ex-concubine, and the next morning, Miss Yang was angry and she went to find out what happened.
结果那个女人匆匆地逃掉，杨贵妃居然捡到了一只小鞋子。
That ex-concubine actually fled the scene, and Miss Yang actually found a small shoe of that woman, which you can see is the one that Miss Yang is holding in hand.
这使得唐明皇非常的尴尬。
This little shoe embarrassed the emperor.
而且这已经是第二次了，因为第一次的时候，由于那个唐明皇看上了杨贵妃的妹妹，结果杨贵妃赌气回了家。
This is the second time that Miss Yang feels jealous, because the first time the emperor actually falls in love with Miss Yang's sister, and Miss Yang was so angry and she just went straightly back home.
但是非常奇怪的是，两个人越吵就越要好。
The weird thing about this couple is that the more they argue, the more they fight, the more in love these people are.
所以到7月初7的时候，在那个中国的传统叫七夕的晚上，他们就在长生殿，两个人在一起在发誓。
So on the 7th day of the 7th month according to Chinese lunar calendar, which is also supposed to be the Chinese Valentine's Day, these two people go to the Palace of Everlasting Life, Changshen Dian, and then they made a vow.
他们要生生世世的做夫妻。
They vow that they will be a couple, they will be together for the whole life.
天上的星星、牛郎和织女在见证着他们的誓言。
The couple you see on the left corner of the picture are Niu Lang and Zhu, who are a couple existed in fairy tale that symbolizes love and loving each other very deeply.
牛郎和织女很羡慕他们，因为牛郎织女隔着银河，每年只能见一次。
And another particular story about Niu Lang and Zhu, the couple on the left corner, is that they can only see each other once a year. For the rest of the year, they are separated by a silver river between them. So the couple who are in the fairy tale are actually very jealous of the emperor and Miss Yang.
而唐明皇和杨贵妃天天在一起寻欢作乐。
And the emperor and Miss Yang continues to fall in love every day.
但是那个时候危机已经发生。
But actually, at that time, the disasters, the crises are already approaching.
安禄山打下了长安西面的那个最主要的险要的地方，叫潼关。
An Lushan, who is the bad guy, has already attacked the west side of Chang'an, the capital.
然后俘虏了那个很老的守城的将军，叫哥舒翰。
And An Lushan has captured the general who was in charge of keeping Chang'an safe.
这时候，长安的西面已经无险可守。
Therefore, the west there is no one who can protect the west side of Chang'an.
而杨贵妃和唐明皇还在寻欢作乐。
But at the same time, the emperor and Miss Yang are still having a good time with each other.
他们在花园里设下了酒席，而不断的干杯，最后杨贵妃醉了。
They drink lots of wine in the garden, and then in the end, Miss Yang is drunk.
等她醉了下去的时候，突然就是锣鼓喧天。
When she is about to leave, suddenly there is loud sound of drum.
探子来报信说，安禄山的兵已经接近长安。
Secret agent tells the emperor that the troop of An Lushan is actually approaching Chang'an.
怎么办？已经没有兵可以守了。
What shall we do? We have no more soldiers who can protect us.
于是杨国忠就提议逃到四川去。
Therefore, Yang Huozhong, who is Miss Yang's brother, proposed that we should flee to Sichuan.
那唐明皇没有别的路可以走，就开始大撤退。
Tang Minhuang has no choice but to flee to Sichuan.
走出长安才几十里，有一个地方叫马嵬坡，现在还有。
There is a place called Ma Wei Po, which is a dozen of miles away from Chang'an.
那个守卫皇帝的那个军队御林军不愿意走了，不走了。
The troop who is protecting the emperor is reluctant to keep moving.
他们认为，虽然安禄山造反了，但是安禄山造反的主要原因是跟杨国忠不对。
They think although An Lushan is attacking Chang'an, but the reason why he attacks Chang'an is because the conflicts between him and Yang Huozhong.
于是士兵先把就是自说自话的把杨国忠给杀了。
Therefore, the soldiers killed Yang Huozhong without permission from the emperor.
然后逼着皇帝要处理杨贵妃，
And they threatened the emperor to kill Miss Yang.
否则就不护驾去四川。
Otherwise, they will stop protecting the emperor until they reach Sichuan province.
在万般无奈之下，杨贵妃就在那儿自杀了，一条白绫。
Both Yang Guifei and emperor's hands are tied; they can do nothing but then Miss Yang committed suicide. What you can see is a white cloth where you can strangle yourself. That which you can strangle yourself with.
然后大队人马就向四川而去。
After Miss Yang died, the troop resumes to go to Sichuan province.
而杨贵妃的魂也在后面跟着。
And the spirit from Miss Yang is still following the whole troop.
但是她跟了不久就被土地挡住了，说你是个鬼魂，你不能离开你死的那个就是地方太远。
However, she cannot follow the troop too much because someone tells her spirit that you cannot leave the place where you died.
人都非常不珍惜自己有的东西，而希望要有得不到的东西。
People always want to get things that they don't have, and they don't realize how precious the things that they are having until they lose it.
所以《牡丹亭》是前面的一半非常好看，死去活来的追求那一段爱情。
So the Peony Pavilion is very good because the first part of Peony Pavilion talks about this love between the two couples.
而长生殿要到杨贵妃死了以后，唐明皇才醒过来，原来这段爱情对他是那么重要。
But in contrary, in Cunxin Dian, the good story comes after Miss Yang died because it's after Miss Yang died that the emperor came to realize that how much he loved her.
所以他在前往四川的路上，天天是眼泪汪汪的在想念杨贵妃。
Therefore, on the way to Sichuan, the emperor Tang Minhuang is always tearing because he misses Miss Yang.
杨贵妃也开始后悔自己的行为，为什么要这样的作威作福？
Yang Guofei, Miss Yang also starts to regret what she has done in the past.
不光自己做了很多坏事，而且他的哥哥、他的姐姐妹妹都一起来召见这个社会。
She regrets the things that she has done. She also regrets that her family members can hurt the society because of her position in the palace.
他的后悔很快就打动了这个土地公公。
Her regret actually moved another figure from the fairy tale, which you can see on the right, who's in charge of the land.
所以就允许他可以离开他去世的地方1000里路，去追寻那个唐明皇。
So this guy from the fairy tale is moved, and he agreed to let the spirit of Miss Yang to go another 1,000 miles farther to chase after the troop.
那唐明皇到四川以后，用木头雕了一个杨贵妃的像，在那儿对着她倾诉自己对她的思念。
Tang Minhuang used the wood to carve a sculpture of Miss Yang and speaks to the sculpture every day about how much he misses her.
正好杨贵妃的魂到了，在最后的时候看见那个木头的像，掉下眼泪来了。
At the same time, the spirit of Miss Yang arrived at where the troops are, and she witnessed how the emperor cried and speaks to the wooden carved figure, and she cried as well.
这时候上天完全原谅了杨贵妃，就让她升天了，到海上的仙山上面变成了蓬莱仙子。
The god and goddesses are so moved, and they finally forgive Miss Yang, and they let her be a goddess as well.
唐明皇还在念念不忘杨贵妃，然后就找了一个那个道士去寻找杨贵妃。
However, the emperor can still not forget about Miss Yang, and he finds a fortune teller or some guy to chase after Miss Yang.
他到了天上，到了阴间都没有找到杨贵妃，最后才知道她在海外的蓬莱仙山上面。
So this guy went to the heaven, went to the hell, and he could not find Miss Yang. And finally, he find Miss Yang on a small piece of island amid a vast area of ocean.
然后两个人就接上了头了。
It is through this guy that the emperor and Miss Yang connect to each other again.
到中秋节的时候，唐明皇就升天去跟杨贵妃重新团圆了。
In the Mid-Autumn Festival of that year, the emperor went to see Miss Yang.
他们团圆的地方叫做刀立天。
They reunite at a place called Dao Li Tian.
刀立天是什么意思呢？就是人间和仙境中间的一个地方。
So what does Dao Li Tian mean? Dao Li Tian is a place between normal people and heaven.
在汤显祖南科梦里面也提到了刀立天。
In another opera written by Tang Xianzu, 刀立天 is also mentioned.
就是在刀立天的时候，也有夫妻跟人间一样。
In this place called 刀立天, you can also have couple.
但是只有夫妻的形象，而没有夫妻的那种实在的，怎么说呢？
But you only have the
没有
nominal.
夫妻的行为了，是吧？这个。
You only have the nominal relationship between a couple. You don't have the substantial existence of.
然后再往上的时候，两个人如果就是很爱的时候，或者是抱一抱，或者笑一笑，或者互相闻一闻，就结束了。
The way they express their love towards each other is only through a hug, a smile, or smelling each or sniffing each other.
所以那个结尾看上去很圆满，但实际上是带着讽刺的。
So the ending looks good, but it's actually pretty ironic.
还是人间比较好。
It's actually better to live in the real world.
那么上面是我们花了一些时间讲了它的文学文本。那么保存在昆曲里面，它怎么变成昆曲的？
So we've reviewed the story in the literature script. Now we're going to talk about the oral performance.
讲到长生殿，必须要提到另一个作品，就是《桃花扇》。
When we talk about Cunxin Dian, another important thing that we need to mention is 桃花扇, which is called plum blossom fan in English.
这个左面那个是洪升，是长生殿的作者。
On the left is Hong Sheng, who is the author of 长生殿.
右面那个是孔尚任，是桃花扇的作者。
On the right is Kong Shangren, who is the author of 桃花扇.
他是孔子的后代，是山东人。
Kong Shangren on the right is an offspring of Confucius.
两个
He
人
comes from Shandong.
两个人相差34岁，所以他们是清代就是戏曲家中间的双子星。
So the age gap between these two people is about 3 to 4 years. So these two are the stars of in Qing Dynasty.
他们的齐名是因为剧本写出来以后，皇帝知道了。
These two people are equally famous, and their literatures are known by the emperor.
长生殿曾经康熙皇帝看过那个戏，并且给演员20两黄金，这是很高的一个代价。
The emperor in Qing Dynasty, Kangxi, has viewed the performance of Cunxin Dian, and he personally gives the actors 20 liang gold, which is a lot at that time.
演员为了感谢洪升，就为他演戏。
The actors want to thank Hong Sheng, so they perform for Hong Sheng.
把长安城里最有名的那些人都请过来了，这是北京城里北京城里最有名的人都请过来看戏。
They invite the famous people, all famous people from Beijing.
但是有一个家伙没有被请到，他就很生气。
But there is one person who's not invited, and he is angry about this.
而且那天正好是皇太后的继承，就是他死的那个纪念时候。
And the day that they perform Cunxin Dian actually coincides with the day, with the anniversary day of the death of the queen.
于是皇帝很生气，把看戏的50多个人都贬了官，洪升也就一辈子只能做一个太学生。
Because of this coincidence, the emperor was not happy, so he degraded Hong Sheng, and Hong Sheng therefore can only be just be a usual literature worker.
桃花扇也是一样啊，那个写出来以后，皇帝就拼命的到处找那个剧本，然后就在那个宫廷里面演。
For 桃花扇, after it's completed, the emperor is also very eager to find the script and to have it performed in the palace.
但是后来莫名其妙的， 那个孔尚任也被贬了官。
And also out of no reasons, Kong Shangren is also degraded.
那么对于他们的评价非常高，不仅文学上好，而且音律上也都非常好。
Now let's look at the comments on these two operas. They receive very high comments not only on the literature script but also on the music piece.
昨天晚上跟林老师聊天啊，那个为什么他们两个，一个是山东人，一个是浙江人，能够就是那么合乎昆曲的韵律，那是因为都有苏州人帮他们改本子。
Yesterday I chatted with Professor Li. So those two people, one comes from Shandong, one comes from Zhejiang, and these two places are pretty far away from each other. How can these two people write such a well-received, well-perceived Kunqu opera? The reason is because there were people from Suzhou to help them with the music piece.
这有一个苏州的徐林昭是帮洪生校正他的音律的。
For example, for Hong Sheng, there's a person called Xu Lingzhao. If there's a person called Xu Lingzhao who helped him to write the music.
帮他孔尚任改桃花扇的是吴人王寿熙，也是一个苏州人。
And then similarly for Kong Shangren, for Tao Hua Shan, there's another person called Wang Shouxi helped with the music piece.
但是他们对音律那么重视，搬到舞台上的时候，那个演员却不买账。
Although they put a lot of emphasis on the music piece, when it is actually performed on the stage, the actors are having trouble.
把剧本改的跟原来完全不一样，洪生很生气。
The actors actually changed the script a lot, and that makes Hong Sheng very unhappy.
而孔尚任为了避免洪生，他因为那个剧本晚出来10年，为了避免那个结果，他事先就把它做得很短。
And Kong Shangren, after knowing what happened to Hong Sheng and Changshen Dian, that the actors striked and changed many of the scripts, Kong Shangren made the music piece very short.
但是演员还是改。
However, the actors still change Kong Shangren's Tao Hua Shan.
所以文学家觉得很委屈，两个剧本都是花了10多年的时间，写了3个稿子才写成的，一样。这个是10余年3亿几稿，这个也是3亿稿才都写了3遍才做成了这样一个他自己认为很美满的、很完美的这样的一个剧本。
So it is a great shame because these two people all have spent many years, dozens of years, on writing the script and changed their script for 3 times. However, the actors just changed the show easily.
那么孔尚任的《桃花扇》跟洪生不一样的，他写的是当代的事情。
Kong Shangren's Tao Hua Shan is different from Changshen Dian because Tao Hua Shan talks about contemporaneous events.
写的就是明朝和清朝之间的那个沧桑变革。
Tao Hua Shan focuses on the change from Ming Dynasty to Qing Dynasty.
这是中间的一支曲。他说他亲眼看见南明在南京的那个小王朝是怎么建立起来的，就像是一座高楼，看它起来，在里面宴宾客，最后楼塌掉了。
So in Tao Hua Shan, Kong Shangren writes how he personally witnessed the establishment of Ming Dynasty, and the thriving of the Ming Dynasty is like a building under the name of Ming Dynasty, but then the building just collapsed.
所以他是奏一套哀江南，放悲声唱到老，就是来哀悼被覆灭的明朝。
So Kong Shangren writes. Kong Shangren also feels deeply remorse about the overturn of Ming Dynasty, which is also reflected in his work.
这是一支余韵，就是当时很著名的一支曲。
Yu Yun, which is a very famous music piece in Tao Hua Shan.
唱出了它的主题来，所以我为大家 唱两句的。
I'm going to perform this yun for you, which express this sad feeling to see the overturn of Ming Dynasty.
俺曾见金陵玉殿，莺啼笑傲，琴音怀水榭花开早。 谁知道用一冰消，眼看他气之眼看他眼鬓开，眼看他流淌了，这琴台碧瓦堆。 心房安，看报。50年兴亡，这个剧本写成于1699年。那皇帝会一算啊，50年是哪儿啊？差不多就是1644年国变的时候，是吧？所以这个剧本被禁掉。 那是很自然的，他就在骂清朝人，这人骂清朝人，很勇敢，那皇帝也很开明，没有把他杀掉，那就很不错，他还能活到老。
We have to appreciate the singing.
So this script was written in 1699, and in the script it says it has been 50 years. Since I see the change of face. So the emperor can also do a very simple math by subtracting 50 years from 1699, and which is 1644, which is around the time when the Ming Dynasty was overcome by the Qing Dynasty. So the emperor was very unhappy because this opera was actually talking about Qing Dynasty and was actually talking about the Qing Dynasty negatively. So the emperor forbidden this show from the public. But it's lucky for Hong Sheng because the emperor did not kill him.
所以文学创作不要跟历史跟得太紧，稍微离开一点点比较合适。
So a lesson we learn from this is that in the literature, do not follow the history too closely.
所以长生殿能有那么多的遗产留下。
But still, Cunxin leaves us with lots of precious cultural heritage.
而现在在舞台上演出的长生殿大概有13出。
So now the plots that are performed on the stage, there are about 13 plots.
那么这长生殿，那么桃花扇那就很可怜了，它的40出中间现在只有3出是可以唱的。
For 桃花扇, it's a pity story because there are only 3 plots that can be seen.
恐怕在乾隆的时间就没有演出，因为在那个醉白球的里面一出都没有选。
Maybe there was no performance about 桃花扇 in the Qianlong time.
我想这主要是政治的问题。
I think it's mostly because of political issues.
那么跟这个不一样，长生殿比较的流行，
unlike 桃花扇，长生殿 is actually pretty popular.
清代的初年，昆曲就是流行歌曲，所以有一句话叫“家家收拾起，户户不提防”。就这两支曲，收拾起和不提防这两支曲是人人都会唱的。
At the beginning of Qin Dynasty, Kunqu is like the pop music that's very popular among people. So there has been this Chinese proverb, which you can see on the slide, which reflects the popularity of Kunqu at that time.
那么所谓的收拾起是千宗录的残读，讲的是明朝的建文皇帝逃难的故事。
收拾起 comes from another Kunqu.
这个建文皇帝逃难，就假扮成一个和尚。
So this is a story about Jianwen Emperor who fled away and pretends to be a monk.
所以第一句叫收拾起大地河山一担装，把他的江山都放到了。就变成了和尚，就把他的江山都放到了一个箩筐里面去了。在这里面。
So the first sentence, 收拾起 means the emperor pretends to be a monk and put all of his nation into a bracket, which you can see on the next slide.
那个气派非常大。这青杯绿衣服，气派非常大，是皇帝唱的。
This plot is seen by the emperor.
收拾起大地山河，一担装，是这样就把大地河山全部装到那个一担里面去了，讲了一个亡国之君的他的心里的痛。
This reflects the inner feelings of an emperor who witnesses the overturn of his own country.
收拾起就是我们林老师特别喜欢的长生殿的弹词。
收拾起 comes from 长生殿 who
不是收拾起是就不提防。
sorry 不提防 comes from 长生殿。
就是唐明皇的乐工李龟年，因为安史之乱逃到了江南。
There's a worker for emperor called Li Guinian, who fled to the southern part of China because of the attack, the disaster.
从一个宫廷里的乐工变成了在江南沿街卖唱的一个艺人。
So this worker was in charge of the music performance in the palace. So after he fled from the palace, he became just a normal singer on the street.
所以这个第一支曲前面的3个字有不提防。
So 不提防 is actually taken from the first sentence of this piece.
不提防一年水乱离，必杂带起路，早穷百。那么这个我唱的这个3段，它的是同一个时代背景创作的。
All the singing performance you've seen, these are created around the same time.
虽然一个讲的是唐代的故事，一个讲的是明代的故事，一个讲的是清朝初年的故事。
Although they tell different stories. One is a story from Tang Dynasty, one is a story from Ming Dynasty, and the last is a story from the beginning of Qin Dynasty.
他们的情感里面都有一种亡国的这个痛楚。
There's a common feelings among those 3 pieces of work, which is the sadness of the overturn of the old emperor.
这就是他们的时代背景。
This is the background of the work.
那么这一套曲，它是模仿元朝的货郎旦的。
The next opera we see mimics Huo Langdan from Yuan Dynasty.
纳树营曲谱对他的评价不高，认为他比不上元朝的音乐。
Na Shuying does not give this opera very high comment, high evaluation, because Na Shuying thinks that it cannot compare with the other music in Yuan Dynasty.
但这个见解有点片面，因为现在我们谁都不知道元代的货郎旦是怎么样的，但是长生殿还是很流行。
However, this comment is partially biased because now no one knows what exactly Huo Langdan is in Yuan Dynasty.
好，最后我们看一下长生殿弹词的那个很有名的一支，就九转货郎嘛。
Now, lastly, we'll look at another very famous music piece called 九转货郎二，货郎二 from 长生殿。
著名的演员季承华的扮相。
On the left, we see a very famous Kunqu performer, 季承华。
白胡子，抱着一个琵琶。
He has very long white beard, and he has a pipa, which is a traditional Chinese music instrument.
这是一个老生的行当，我没有那个嗓子，但是唱的不如嗓子不如他好，但是我唱的比他规范。
So this is called 老生, another specific character in the opera. I don't have a voice for this character, but I sing more traditionally, more according to the rule than him.
我们就把这个作为今天讲座的结束。
Let me conclude today's lecture with this piece of theme.
常不兴，心房梦幻，叹不兴，悲伤感叹的多少凄凉蔓延对江山，安只待报返现，船有远，翻别了斜吹帆，漫地把天宝当年已是